Hello and welcome to a new tutorial on Warli Painting, where we learn to make a complete painting on a canvas. To check what all material is required for this painting, you can also see the description box below. So without further ado, let's begin with the tutorial. Now, for this tutorial, what I have done is I have taken a canvas board which is square, 25 by 25 centimeter in size, and I have used acrylic paint. Now I have mixed red with brown color so that we get the exact shade of reddish brown paint which is usually and authentically seen in a Warli painting as a background color. So I'm going to first put this paint, the mixture of red and brown, and cover my canvas board entirely with it. So this is the first coat of paint which is diluted a little with water. I'm going to use it all over my canvas board, cover it completely throughout on my painting. Now, as you see, the first coat definitely, leaves some patches, but you don't have to worry about it. What we are going to do is first completely cover it with the paint and then let it dry, and then again cover it with the second coat. So these patches are not a problem. We will see further in the video how to hide these patches exactly. So we will just keep on moving and painting, and now this is the canvas board after the first coat is dry. So now you see when I cover it with the second coat, it looks perfect and smooth. For instance, it may be possible that with the second coat also your canvas is not that smooth and it still looks patchy. You don't need to worry. You just let it dry again and cover it with the third coat, and then definitely it looks perfect like this one. So this is the canvas after it is completely dry. We start with the border here, which is 2 centimeter, as you can see here. Now I'll show you with the scale. So this is 2 centimeter and 0.5 centimeter on all four sides. I have created like a frame where we are going to start making the border using a white acrylic paint. Now, as you see, the brush I'm using is a very thin brush. You can use either a 0 or 00. As I'm using here, it's a round brush, and we move on with the design. We move on with the border first. So what I'm doing is with this white acrylic paint, I'm just trying to create the frame first. Now what I'll do is above this line which I just made, I'm just trying to create a parallel line which is just like a double line, and just try to also create it above it. Now, as you see, this can be a work of real patience. So you have to go real slow and calmly, and one tip from my side will be that what you can do is you can put the paint on the tip. So don't dip your brush too much in the paint and don't have too much paint in your brush, but a little bit on the tip, and then slowly go and move on the lines, and that should give you the perfect line that is required for this painting. So we just made the line below, and again we are just creating that parallel line to give that double line effect. Now we are going to repeat it on all four sides and complete the frame needed for our border. So this is what we are going to do, and while I complete it, you can hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you are also a fan of Indian folk art and love to see these videos and love to learn this art form. So now our border is complete. Basically, the frame is complete, not the border. We start with the border here. So I'm just trying to create this leaf-like pattern on all four sides on the top side. So this is basically putting the leaf, joining it in two ends and trying to create this kind of pattern, which is very commonly can be seen in many different types of folk art. So this is how we do it. Now, if you find it difficult to join it like this with freehand, you can also make triangular shapes and then draw the leaf on both sides, which I'll show you very soon how to do it in an easy way. And these tiny dots which I put above and on the below part also really highlights the beauty of this design. So here and the below frame that we created, we are going to fill in fine lines. As you see, the slant fine lines, you have to be very careful while you're making it. Now the corner part, which is also one very important part in any border design. So this is how we do the corner, as you see here. Now here again, fine lines, slant, just changing the direction every time we finish with the corner. Now, as I told you before, I'll show you exactly the trick. So first, just try to make a triangle like this, and then this leaf-like pattern on both sides and fill it with the paint. So this is one trick to do it easily if you want to do it freehand and with some easy way. So we are going to finish this border on all four sides and let it dry completely before we make the main design or the main theme that we are today doing, music and celebration. We are trying to create a painting showing music and celebration in Warli art form, and that is what we are going to do after we finish with the border, which we are going to do quickly on all four sides. Repeat the same designs as you see here, and this is how we go slowly, very patiently try to finish the design and those fine lines, and we are going to finish it. And after finishing, this is how it looks like, the border, and then we start with the figures. So the figures here are very important part of Warli painting, as you all know that they are basically in circles and triangles most of the time, the human forms, which is very interesting because the inclination of the triangles exactly shows the expressions or the mood of the painting, and that is a very interesting part. With so much minimal approach, we are trying to create so many expressions. So as I said, those inclination, now the triangle just tilted a little bit and it shows the movement, the dance movement. So that is a very interesting part of Warli, and which is actually it looks easy but a little difficult to achieve. So you have to be very careful while you are placing those triangles to make the human form, how exactly to place it and how to twist the triangle or how to incline those angles to show the movement. So this is how we created one human form here on the side, and then trying to create the drum in the middle. So we have to show that this human or this person is beating the drums and playing the music. So first little bit beautification of the drum, and then giving the person something to hit on the drum in his hands and showing that exactly he's playing the drum. So this is exactly what I was talking about, making it with such minimal motifs interesting and expressing those emotions through these minimal approaches. Now creating another human form. So this is basically the partner of the first person that we created. So he's also banging those drums and trying to play the music. So this is how we try to create another person, as you see. And here you go. He's also beating the drum. And guys, one more thing, if you want to get in touch with me personally, you can always follow me on Instagram at Datta Anushri, and you can write to me. You can ask me questions there, or you can also show me your work. I would be really happy to receive a message from you guys. Now, after finishing this person, we are just trying to make a tree on the other side. So trying to create rather a plant, I would say, not a tree exactly. So this is how I'm just trying to create a tree on the other side. And I mean a plant, sorry. So these brush strokes, as you see here, you have to keep it very random. You don't have to stress yourself about the brush strokes. It doesn't have to be uniform and doesn't have to look, exactly the same on all brush strokes. But this effect that is created, the texture that is created with these, freehand brush strokes, that is what is more important. So you have to be very casual with these brush strokes. So this is a very beautiful looking plant that we made on the side and giving a character to this painting. It looks really good. So we just darken a little bit of paint. Now I have a white color pencil here in my hand and just trying to create a loop-like structure here on the top, because this is where I'm going to paint the people or the people dancing in a series. So this is where exactly I'm going to place my motifs. So you have to look here. So exactly on these loops, you have to start making these triangles. So this line that we created, you have to take the help of it and place the body of the person. So the lower body, basically the lower triangle that we have. And on top, creating the upper part. So this is exactly how you hide the the loop that we created, the line, and also we exactly form a line and place the motifs exactly on a line to creating those loops. So this really helps this white line that I created, and we can easily hide it by painting on it. So this is basically the trick to create that series or the people dancing in a line. So this is a very typical and authentic way. If you see the authentic art forms, the old art forms, people actually created these series, and this is what is the most of the Warli painting looks like. You may have seen spirals of humans dancing. So it doesn't have really the perspective, which usually is missed out in any kind of folk art. But this is what, the traditional way, these little traditions actually make it more unique. So this is how we completed the loop here. So you have to exactly place those human forms. Don't worry if they are a little big or small. It doesn't have to be perfect. As I always say, it is a folk art and not fine art. So here again, I'm just trying to draw a woman here. And as you saw in the loop, what I have done is I have placed randomly a man, a woman. You can also do, every time place one man, one woman, one man, one woman. Or you can also randomly do just like me. So as you wish. So this girl, this woman, is actually also having a very particular posture, which you have to see exactly using the triangles, how to place it. You can use you can create that posture. So she is holding basically a big drum in her hands, and she's banging with the the thing that she's holding in her hand. And this is another drummer here. So basically there's a lot of drums played here, and the people are dancing around the loop. So this is basically creating the scene. Here, another human form. Now you see, we just have to miss out on the lower body part. We just showed the upper body part. Put the hand up and down, and that creates the mood and the expression of that person. So here you go. As you see here, we just fill the paint. Now here also, I'm just adding a little bit, little plant here as well as we created in the bottom part, just to give that, compose that painting. I always say that through a painting, you always tell a story. So that's how you can convey, your message. So that's how we do it. So here you go, guys. And then trying to create another person here, a woman here. Now we had a lot of drums, so I just wanted to add another musical instrument, and I want her to play a trumpet or something else, but I just wanted to create some other musical instrument as well. So just trying to create this here, and she's holding it in her hands and just trying to shade it a little bit with those checkered patterns, which is also very commonly used. And we will try to create on the top as well the similar motif. And just trying to first make the upper body part and then the lower body part. And just trying to place a musical instrument just in the other direction. So we had it from left to right in the earlier one. And from here we show it from, from right to left on the earlier one, and here left to right. So this is how we show it here. So just as I said, we always compose a story through every painting that we make. So we are done here, guys. This is the painting. I'll put it in the end as always. This is how it looks like. And we are done with the painting. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for much more. So bye and see you guys soon.